Okay, let me have a go. Again, this is why I'm filming this, so you can see, like, stay in the middle, or just stand over wherever you can see, right, watch this. Like, right. What I'm saying is when you're going to turn is when you're driving, you want to drive behind the girth line. Look, that just started him. If you're going to stop him, you want to step in front of the girth line. He's not. So what was happening is you was obviously a little bit unsure with the hands, yeah. But then it gave him 2 or 3 steps, so he was here. So you're already in a bad position to then you're here. Oh, bad position because he's actually straight. Look. So what I was saying was from the drive line, step in front to gain, so you're in that sort of position. But look where my hand, the biggest thing, and it is hard, and when I started doing this years ago, I would practice without horse because I was like, and especially with a stick, even worse. So it's sort of, you start swapping hands, so it's going, you've got to be in a nice point, but it's going to just, go a bit wrong because we've got a moving animal to conduct with and playing with this game. So I sort of swap the hands, but as I'm swapping, I slide, okay, which bring in, then when they're facing, see I've got all that space to drive that way. Otherwise, if they're in, come here mate, let me just put you round a little bit. And this is hard because there's loads of steps to this, okay? And they've got a lot of free rein. So if I'm in this position and I've got a sloppy rope, look, there's nothing. I have to either step back or I have to step front, but this is no connection to the horse at all. And I'm too far back even to do that because look what the shoulders are going to do. He's got no room at all. So if we're here, and that's why I said that shoulder was coming in, he was motorbiking in, then forget about your turn. If a problem arises, fix that first. Forget your plan of action. But try and see how light you can make it, because he seemed a bit troubled when he came out because we put a lot of pressure with the frag. So what we need to do is go down in the gear and use that troubleness and bring it back down. He's gone high energy or high worry, high anxiety. What I don't like is how he keeps his head there. So what I'm going to do to him is say, bend, bend.
She would have him up here when she's on him. She had a great big thing in his gob, a thick bit, which I'll show you afterwards. And he'd have his head up here with her kick, 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 jab, 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 and it was him learning to evade the bit.
Right.
And then when Charlotte started riding him, his first reaction to evade the bit, because he thought that he was going to get socked in the gob, was to throw his head up and go around like this.
Yeah.
So we've put something else in his mouth.
Yeah.
To get Charlotte to concentrate on not giving him any contact at all. But I wonder if that's related to the fact
for me, what I'm trying to say is, like, when he's going around the circle, he's on a counter bend.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to do, I'm not worried where his head is up or down, because he's like he's not 100% confident on this particular act, and we put pressure on, so his head is going to be up because he's not relaxed. But then bringing that shoulder into you, so he was sort of exactly. Yes, he has. But then, because like even for me, I'd have to go back and check. So he's obviously, every time I ask him to come in, he seems, and he's old. We've got to check, is this still working for us? I'd go back to this, like, okay, so you can bend like that, yeah? And let's check this side, because this is the side we were working on. Goodbye. So again, you're really going back, even with the horse at 16 and rides really well. Like he finds that hard because he's moving his body. Whoa. Probably, yeah. He's got a big neck anyway, and he's 16, and he probably, in English, we don't do all this suppling, do we? It's straight. He's in the stage where he's just be stuck on straightness. And then, like with older horses like this, with your riding, it's always maintenance. You've got to go back down that ladder of foundation to then don't forget. Just because he's old and he can do his job doesn't mean that we don't go back to suppling and just bending him. And again, like if I gave Charlotte a lesson on him, I'd want her to be able to flex him left and right and be able to put him on a circle so he's got an emergency one-lane stop. You know what I mean? And if he's struggling on a circle to do it just to be lunged, do you know what I'm saying? But it might be because he's tense. So this seems better. But this is what I was saying to you even yesterday. So there. So forget, I'm not going to let him move me, but I just want him in a bit of a bend. No, and that's when I need the flag to drive. But yeah, see how he's falling in on that shoulder. So that'll be interesting to see if he does that in the riding. Have you noticed that? Just have a look. Because for me, for that, if I was in the saddle, then we need to bring him up and start lifting that shoulder up. Because he is literally doing that, isn't he?
That's why I think actually he would benefit from coming to you.
Yeah, to do some, yeah. Oh.
I felt when I was doing it, he wasn't doing it to be naughty, he was just doing it because he was like,
Oh, he looked panicked.
I can't bend and I don't know what I'm doing and it's all a bit...
Exactly. He can't tell
Maybe he
us.
comes to you with his saddle as well.
Yeah, we'll definitely ride him, definitely. But always be mindful. You start it again in a minute, and I just want you to be really relaxed.
I just need to bring my energy down.
Bring the energy down. But be mindful. See how even I brought my energy down and stopped.
Yeah.
Okay? And it's hard because you're thinking about what to do, and then there's you having to do.
I'm processing
10
it.
Yeah, exactly. So don't be hard on yourself. This is why I say it's better to do out the horse, but don't click to him as well. So you gave him like 2 cues. Yeah. Think little. What can I do to get the message across with a little effort as possible?
Hold a gun to his head.
That's it. So drive, that's it. Don't step to the shoulder, step to the hind. Okay, now just think about what you're going to do if you're going to change direction. So are you in a good position? That's why I said step to the right so that you're blocking him, you're in front of the drive line. Then swap. Okay, but look why did you change sides? Yeah, I know, yeah. When I say block, still be on your circle, but instead of driving him, look at this girth area.
Yeah.
If you're lunging him or whatever, you want to be behind that girth area, yeah? If you're going to stop him, be here so you're in front of that shoulder.
Right, okay. And then...
Yeah, tip, then add the pressure, hit the pressure. There you go, and then loose your hand, relax.
Yeah, okay.
I know, but I'm telling you, when I practiced this years ago, I just did it, and with myself, not the horse. So I was just practicing with my hands, because I felt sorry for the horse because she was really sensitive, the one I had at the time, and she was just like, oh, what are you doing? Just flies, yeah. Just play with it, just play.